evacuation of stranded Indians from the crisis-hit Sudan continues, and now another flight that is carrying the evacuees has now in fact reached Mumbai. Operation Kaveri is on in full swing, and 246 more Indians have been brought back to India. My colleague Yasha Kotak is joining us live from the Mumbai airport. Yasha, just take our viewers through the mood around you, and if you can also get us some voices of people who are beginning to come out of the airport.
Yes, in fact, now what you see right here are the exclusive visuals right here at Mumbai airport. This were in fact the first visuals that have come in. We've seen that there's evacuation taking place under the Operation Kaveri, and at various cities is where people from India are returning. These are people who've come in back at Mumbai. There are 246 of them who were brought in by a special defense flight, that is C-17. Now these are among those who've just stepped out. Of 246, we understand that there are 36 of them from Maharashtra. They will be out of this airport in a while. Right now the formalities are on, considering there might be certain problems with the documentation that they've been brought out of a zone, which is where now all the documentation process will take place right here. Only once that is done is where we'll understand that these people will be brought out. But right now, those who are not from Maharashtra, that is, there are people from other states including Karnataka, Gujarat and some other states, they will directly take a connecting flight from here to their respective states. So this in fact evacuation is on, and they had left from Jeddah around at 10 a.m. this morning. After a 6-hour flight, they are right here. So in some time we'll expect them to be stepping out of the airport, is when we'll understand how the entire process was, what really happened with them while they were there. Now, when you speak of this entire evacuation process under the Operation Kaveri, we understand that people are being brought towards Jeddah. Also, certain INS are also being deployed. That is, the naval ships are being deployed to get them out from there and back to the safety back home. In fact, India has also said that they would be willing to help people from the neighboring countries as well to safely evacuate them from Sudan. But from Sudan, they are in fact being brought to Jeddah, from where this evacuation is taking place. So these visuals, in fact, that you see are among the first visuals of those coming to Mumbai. But we've seen that the parallel operations are on, and people have been reaching various states as a part of Operation Kaveri. Yes.
Right. Yasha, thank you so much for bringing us those information. I'd also like to understand from you, you were saying that 36 people on board this particular aircraft have just landed in Mumbai out of the 360. So those 36 are who are going to come out of the Mumbai airport today. What is happening of the intercommute when it comes to the other people who come from the other states of the country? Are they going to be facilitated with the kind of travel that's required for them to reach their respective places of where they stay?
Yes, very much. What we see is that, considering there are 246 people who were on board this flight, these 246 people have been brought to Mumbai. Considering they will have to travel to their respective states, what now needs to be seen is that the respective state governments would coordinate with the central ministry. Now, these are people who are from Mumbai and Maharashtra, and they would be brought out, but others, the state government will look into their transfers from here. There'll be flights which will be arranged for them to transport, or there'll be other modes of transport that will be arranged. We've seen that even before this, when there were students who returned from Ukraine last year, there was similar arrangement that was made for them as well, wherein respective state governments had arranged for their road travel or the flight travel or travel by rails. Similar arrangement would be made for these people as well, and from here the connecting journey would begin. But this is the first step where they've been brought back to India, and the connecting journey henceforth would be looked after by respective state governments. Yes.
All right, Yasha, we'll continue to come back to you. Stay on with us. Foreign Ministry has responded to this evacuation process that's currently underway. Let's take a look at the reactions that are coming in.
Look, there is a mechanism for naming such operations, and you have seen in the past we have also used operation like Operation Ganga. I think it was mentioned earlier on, also named after a river. But there is no sort of fixed rule, etc., to do that. There is a certain consideration which goes into it, and the name is picked up.
Yesha continues to be with us. Yesha is talking about 247 more Indians who have been brought back to India from the crisis-hit Sudan. Yesha, you were talking about how there are warships that have been pressed into service, how there was an attempt that was first being made to get the stranded Indians to Port Sudan. From there, INS Sumedha or INS Teg would have, chauffeured the stranded Indians to Jeddah. That was the usual route. But now this air route has also been taken. Is this because of a ceasefire that's been announced in Sudan that this has been made possible?
Yes, very much. Like you've said that it was two INS which were in fact deployed to get people out from Sudan. But the route that we talk about is the same route that was being followed. All of these people were brought from Sudan to Jeddah. Now we see that these aircrafts have been deployed, and like you mentioned, it is because of ceasefire that it's been possible. But these two routes, the route of both the INS were earlier being deployed, and now this route particularly, what we understand, the aircraft is being used, the defense aircraft has been used. In this case, when it comes to Mumbai, it was C-17 which was being deployed. There were 246 people who were on board in this, and now henceforth we understand that for the evacuation would take place. Right now, what you see, the visuals on screen are of those who've just come out at Mumbai airport. You can see those visuals of them being greeted back in India, and considering it's just been 3 to 4 days since this entire Operation Kaveri was announced, which is where we understand that
2 week में था सुदान में 2 week था
2 weeks.
प्रॉब्लम था 2 week इधर था सुदान
आपका नाम क्या है?
कांति भीमानी I born in Sudan.
What's your name?
Kanti Bhimani. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's you, sir.
We're just bringing to you live visuals from the Mumbai airport as more and more Indians, 246 of those, have now returned to India. The visuals of happy faces. They are thankful of the Indian government that has actually facilitated in this entire evacuation process. Because remember earlier we had brought you voices. Let's listen into more voices.
और मैं सुदान से आ रहा हूँ और आप यहाँ हमको बहुत सबने मान दिया, सम्मान दिया और आवकार दिया है, तो सबका मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ।
कई देशों के लोग वहाँ फंसे हुए हैं, सबकी कोशिश है वहाँ से निकलने की। सरकार ने मदद की, एयरफोर्स ने मदद की और कई तरीके से लोग इकट्ठा हुए।
भारतीय सरकार को धन्यवाद देते हैं, उसने सभी को आराम से ले आए, पूरी सगवड़ से खाना का, पीने के, सभी के लिए सभी जरूरी चीज का बंदोबस्त करा हुआ था। तो मैं सबका धन्यवाद बोल रहा हूँ।
सभी चीजें आपको लगता है कि जो कुछ हुआ सब संतुष्ट हैं?
या परफेक्ट थी, बहुत अच्छी थी। और जो जवान लोग थे वो भी बहुत सलूकाई से वर्तणूक करते थे, बहुत अच्छे थे, तो हम बहुत खुश हैं और क्या समय प्रसार करेंगे।
जी धन्यवाद। मैडम आपका नाम बता दीजिए।
रूपल। Happy faces and relieved voices there coming out of Mumbai airport as more and more Indians are beginning to be brought back to India. We have our eyes on this story as Operation Kaveri is on in full swing. We are